Right now at noon, firefighters battle a fatal house fire in Jasper County overnight.
We are mild and we are breezy across the area with plentiful cloud cover out there. It's ahead of some showers and storms we're keeping an eye on. Talk about all that coming up.
And 9 U.S. soldiers are dead following a Black Hawk helicopter crash in northwestern Kentucky.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A death investigation is underway after an individual is found dead in a Jasper County house fire. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bach, topping our first 7 minutes. A fatal fire investigation near Jasper, Missouri. Shortly after 1 a.m., drivers along I-49 called 911, reporting a structure fire just south of Baseline Boulevard, east of the interstate. Jasper County deputies, Jasper Fire and Rescue, and Mercy Ambulance responded to the burning double-wide home near County Road 137 and Pine Road. Carthage Fire, Tri-Cities Fire, Avila Fire, and Golden City Fire joined in as mutual aid. Neighbors told deputies they believe there was a resident inside since a vehicle was parked out front, though the fire was too involved to attempt entry. Once inside, though, firefighters discovered a body inside and detectives were called to the scene. The state fire marshal is investigating what started the fire. Well, it smells like rain outside, and it's coming. Let's go to Chris Warner with a first look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've actually had a couple of showers out there so far this afternoon. More of those are on the way. Taking a look at our camera at 7th and Range Line, you can see plentiful cloud cover out there, and there was a shower up just to the southeast of Pittsburgh earlier. Look at the KDOT camera from US 69 at 400. That's Kansas Crossing back over there. Looks good so far, staying pretty dry, but we've got a lot of things going on. We've got red flag warnings in the red. These run until 9 in southeast Kansas, until 8 in northeast Oklahoma. In northeast Oklahoma, underneath that are wind advisories that run until 7 o'clock. And then for these other counties here, that's Bourbon, Crawford, Cherokee County, southwest Missouri as well, more wind advisories that run through 7 because we're looking at wind gusts 40, 50 miles an hour. There have been a few tweaks to our chances of strong storms. They've kind of been shifted a little further south, so a lot of our southern counties could see a strong storm or two later this evening and into the overnight hours. Still have this elevated risk here in southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, but really we're looking more at just an isolated strong storm threats. We're talking some small hail, gusty winds. Shouldn't be anything too significant as we head into tomorrow. Started yesterday at 30, made it up to 66, so you can see getting closer to some of the averages out there, at least one side versus the other. 63 Iola, 65 Parsons, 65 Miami, 64 Neosho, and 65 in Carthage, 66 in Joplin, so a very nice day out there. The temps warming up. We still have those winds that are going to be gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour. That's through today, tomorrow, and into Saturday afternoon. Still some scattered showers possible this afternoon. Keeping an eye on those thunderstorm chances this evening and into tomorrow morning. We'll talk about all of that here in just a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, a 3-year-old Joplin boy is selected to represent Team USA in the Strider World Cup race in Osaka, Japan, but he needs help getting there. Silas McCain learned to ride a bicycle as soon as he could walk. His parents both cycle, and his dad runs a bicycle repair shop, so it only seemed natural for him to start young. Last June, Silas entered the Strider Cup in Bentonville, Arkansas. He placed 5th in his age bracket and is now one of 10 children between the ages of 2 and 6 selected to participate with Team USA.
We're really excited for him. I mean, it's an experience for sure. I feel like it's a life-changing experience, maybe something that won't ever happen for him again. So it's super exciting as a parent just to watch him participate in something like this.
Now, the family has set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for the flight to Japan, lodging, and other expenses while in Japan. And they are hoping to raise $7,500. So far, the account has raised $905. The Alliance of Southwest Missouri says it will help and plans to match up to $500 in donations for Silas. Now to Nation Watch. Tragedy in Kentucky last night. The U.S. Army reports a helicopter accident cost 9 soldiers their lives. A team of safety inspectors is headed to the scene to better pinpoint what went wrong. Skylar Henry has the latest.
A long line of emergency vehicles lined the road not far from the crash site in southwestern Kentucky. The Army says 2 HH-60 Black Hawk helicopters collided in mid-air during a routine training exercise, killing 9 soldiers.
This is a truly tragic loss for our families, our division, and Fort Campbell. And our #1 priority is caring for the families and the soldiers within our Combat Aviation Brigade.
The accident occurred in the city of Cadiz, about 30 miles northwest of Fort Campbell. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear expressed his condolences.
The 9 individuals we lost are children of God. They will be mourned and missed by their families, by their communities.
The U.S. Army has used Black Hawk helicopters since the mid-1970s for military transport, assault missions, and evacuations.
These specific aircraft were medical evacuation aircraft. However, we believe that they were the accident occurred when they were doing flying, not deliberate medical evacuation drills.
Last month, 2 National Guard members were killed when their Black Hawk went down along an Alabama highway. The cause of that crash and last night's tragedy are both under investigation. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
A statement from Fort Campbell says the 2 Black Hawk helicopters were part of the 101st Airborne Division. A train carrying ethanol derails and catches fire in western Minnesota early this morning, prompting an evacuation for residents near the crash site. It happened about 1 a.m. BNSF-operated train derailed on the western edge of Raymond, but was still within the city limits. 22 cars carrying ethanol and corn syrup derailed, and 4 of them caught fire. Russia's top security agency says it has arrested an American reporter on espionage charges. Russian President Vladimir Putin's office claims Evan Gershkovich, a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, was caught red-handed collecting information about a Russian military complex. The Wall Street Journal denies the claims and is demanding his immediate release. At a hearing this morning, a Moscow court quickly ruled to keep Gershkovich behind bars pending the investigation. Vatican officials say Pope Francis slept well through the night, ate breakfast, and read the news at a hospital in Rome, and that his condition is improving. The 86-year-old pontiff was hospitalized Wednesday with a respiratory infection after complaining of having trouble breathing. Aides say he will need several days of treatment. Pope Francis had part of a lung removed as a young man. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, baseball is back, and we look into new rule changes that could speed up the game and give fans more excitement. And later, we're making breakfast in a mug in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. It's opening day for Major League Baseball, and fans can expect some changes as the league tries to speed up the game and add more action. Bradley Blackburn has the latest from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx.
The boys of summer are back, and baseball fans are ready.
I actually came all the way from Dominican Republic for this.
You did?
Yes.
For opening day?
Yes, for opening day.
All 30 Major League Baseball teams are in action Thursday, with some pretty big rule changes as they take the field. Pitchers will now have 15 seconds to throw a pitch, 20 seconds when a runner is on base, and batters must be ready to hit by the time the clock reaches 8 seconds. The new rules are clearly aimed at picking up the pace.
Which is great because I hate to get home at 11 o'clock at night.
Another big change, the infield shift is no longer allowed, which means 2 players must be on each side of the infield.
We think the changes work together in order to promote getting the ball in play, giving fans more action, less downtime.
Of course, watching the game is just part of the baseball experience when fans come out to the ballpark. Don't forget the food and drink. At Fenway Park in Boston, this year's game day menu includes avocado fries, a New England maple bacon burger, and plenty of frosty beverages. But at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, don't expect plenty of 99 burgers. Sales of the burger named after Yankee slugger Aaron Judge will be limited to only 99 per game. Are you going to try and get one?
I'm definitely going to try and snag one of those. Definitely.
Fans in New York and at stadiums across the country are ready to score good eats and catch more action as the 2023 baseball season kicks off. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
One other change on the field, the bases are getting bigger by 3 inches to be exact. MLB says it'll create more action by having players attempt stolen bases and will also help reduce collisions. Both the Royals and Cards play this afternoon at 3:10 in home games today. Kansas City takes on the Minnesota Twins and the St. Louis Cardinals battle the Toronto Blue Jays. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If you typically run out the door without eating breakfast, then I hope you can take a minute to watch what we're making today.
But first, we are tracking showers and thunderstorms as we head into this evening and into tomorrow morning. Take a look at those storms, when they're going to get here, and how temperatures are looking when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. We have been mild and we have certainly been breezy across the area. As promised, those winds have increased. And as mentioned earlier today, there's a shot of an isolated shower or two across the region, and we have seen some of those. Skywatch Storm Tracker looks pretty lonely out there right now, but there are actually some showers that have developed. We had one southeast of Pittsburgh earlier, and now we've got just a few, and you can see they're pretty small. They're relatively isolated, but we do have a few showers out there. Now, on top of any showers, we've got this going on. We have red flag warnings for for parts of southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma. The ones in southeast Kansas run through 9 tonight. The ones in northeast Oklahoma run through 8. Then we've got wind advisories. Bourbon, Cherokee, Crawford counties, southwest Missouri, all until 7 o'clock. Same with northeast Oklahoma in Ottawa and Delaware counties. These wind advisories run through 7 this evening. Then we've got the possibility of a few strong storms over the next, say, 12 to 18 hours. We could see a couple of strong storms later this evening in this dark green area. As mentioned this morning, we're not anticipating a widespread severe event. We're not even really anticipating a lot in the way of severe weather, but a couple of strong storms possible later this evening in the dark green area, so roughly along I-44. We head into tomorrow morning and into the early part of the afternoon. Now, this elevated risk is still here, but again, not anticipating much in the way of severe weather. However, a couple of strong storms tomorrow morning and possibly again in the afternoon as we head into our Friday. Here's what we're looking at for today. If we do see any stronger storms, as you can see, the tornado and wind threats are very low. And the only thing we're looking at is the possibility of some small hail out there with any of the stronger storms that we may see. So here's what we're looking at. Here we go into 4 o'clock. We start to see a few of these isolated thunderstorms popping up right along I-44. By 6, we're looking at some rolling right up into the metro area, just to the southeast of Lamar and impacting Monette, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Anderson. These will exit out fairly quickly. Once they're gone, we have a break, and then we head into tomorrow morning. We start to see additional development of more showers and thunderstorms out in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma between about 4 and 8 a.m. is when we'll see them get going, and these will roll off to the east pretty quickly, and by about 10 or so, they are going to be done and gone. Now, it's not showing up here, but there is the possibility we could see a couple of storms redevelop early tomorrow afternoon. If we do, looking to be mainly on the Missouri side, they could be a little on the strong side, but again, they will exit out of here fairly quickly as well. So heading into the evening, our rain chances will start to ramp up, especially along and south of I-44, and then they'll taper back off as we head into the evening. 7th and range line, plentiful cloud cover out there. MoDOT camera, I-44 and range line, shaken in the wind as it is quite breezy. And the KDOT camera, US 69 and 400, showing dry roads despite the fact there was a little shower up there earlier. Current conditions across the area, we're going to roll through this pretty quickly. 66 in Joplin, that wind already gusting to 29, and gusts from 40 to 50 will be likely between today, tomorrow, and into Saturday afternoon. 63 Iola, 67 in Chatopa, 65 Miami, and 64 in Neosho. As we get the rest of our day underway, highs pushing close to 70 today. Breezy, isolated showers. Some of us seeing some thunderstorm chances increase this evening. As we head into tonight, we drop back down to a pretty mild 57. A few more showers, a few more thunderstorms, and we stay quite breezy. We see tomorrow, we have those thunderstorms in the morning, and of course that does mean that we've got those higher end thunderstorm chances. Tomorrow's high, though, looking pretty good, 75. A little cooler on Saturday, rebounding nicely on Sunday. More thunderstorm chances Monday and Tuesday with highs pushing near 80, and we are watching Tuesday for another possible round of some strong to severe thunderstorms as well. So a lot going on, but at least the weekend looking pretty darn good. We get a little break in the activity.
Hey, I'm liking those temperatures tomorrow. 75?
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. Even after the rain clears out, it's still going to be mild before that front pushes through.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making breakfast in a mug after the break. Life gets busy, and sometimes that means we need a quick breakfast. And today, Howard shows us how to make breakfast in a mug in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If grabbing a mug of coffee and running out the door in the morning sounds familiar to you, I hope you can take a minute to watch what we're making today. As we all know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's why we're sharing a grab-and-go breakfast that's super fast and really tasty. It's so easy, you'll have no excuses for skipping breakfast ever again. The first thing you're going to want to do is add some refrigerated or frozen hash browns into a good-sized microwavable mug. After microwaving this for a bit, we add a couple of beaten eggs, a splash of water, some sliced up breakfast sausage, and a little cheddar cheese. Then give it a mix and pop it back in the microwave for a minute. Okay, after a quick stir, more cheese goes on top and we microwave it just long enough for the eggs to set and the cheese on top to melt. This is one of those recipes that has no rules. Want to add crumbled bacon or a veggie? Go for it. Once it's done, grab a fork and go. Just wait until you get the taste of this all-in-one breakfast. It's amazing. To get the recipe for our protein-packed breakfast in a mug, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an on-the-go way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Oh, and college kids can make that in their dorm room. Here's a look at our 4 state market prices.
All right, we've got ourselves a couple of strong storms possible this evening. A couple strong storms possible tomorrow morning as well. 68 today, 75 tomorrow. Cooler Saturday, rebounding Sunday, and more thunderstorm chances Monday and Tuesday. Highs pushing near 80.
Wow. All right. What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, doctors say tens of millions of Americans suffer from chronic brain diseases and disorders. Scientists in Europe hope the world's biggest brain bank, filled with the minds of the past, will help patients of the future. Plus, an increase in break-ins in Miami, Oklahoma. We're going to look at ways to keep businesses safe. And Pitt State is honoring its Distinguished Service Award recipient. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dal. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.